To begin with, we created an audience profile. This enabled us to highlight key features of our audiences, likes and dislikes. We also looked into similar films and genres to Mr. Teddy to identify who the film appealed to. These included Johnny English and Get Smart. We were immediately drawn to Rowan Atkinson's facial expressions throughout the whole film of Johnny English and the ways in which he could make a moment very humorous. Because our target audience was very similar to this, we ensured our title sequence would include a range of funny actions and facial expressions, like hiding behind a pole that was way too small for Mr. Teddy. But before we actually made our film sequence, we presented a brief to our class members, most of which have younger family members and could give us an in-depth opinion on our film idea. And because they were our secondary audience, could suggest if they would or wouldn't take their younger family members to see our film. So when looking over our feedback sheets, we were able to see the positive and negatives. When selecting the typography we felt was most appropriate for our audience, we took into consideration of the way in which children write, because this could create a relation between our audience and Mr. Teddy, as they would be able to recognise the style of font. To confirm which one would work best, we proceeded with a survey and asked a range of people, which included young students in school, family members and friends. As you can see from the tally chart, the typography title Jummy Cakes was most popular. We also asked questions such as can you understand it or is it readable, to ensure it be clear to our target audience. We followed with a similar progress when selecting our final music choice. However, this time we gave the children a piece of paper and asked them to write down what film they think the music would resemble. From the results, most recognised the music to be a spy or an agent. And when conducting this survey, I also noticed many of the young children smiling as they listened to the music, which gave us a clear indication that the upbeat jazz music would appeal to our audience. When having our first screening, we received feedback from class members and staff. Again, we had a range of positives and negatives. This feedback was a huge help and highlighted how confusing the overlaying videos were for older teenagers. And so this presented how our target audience just wouldn't understand it. It also presented how the humorous side we had aimed for didn't shine through. So this is when we decided to go back and rethink all our ideas. When posting the new title sequence online, I received positive feedback. As you can see, this user really liked the music and felt the pace worked really well. They also identified the typography to relate to the handwriting and revealed the narrative to be about a spy. Therefore, I feel the sequence has been more successful than our previous one because it is clear and easy to understand. I feel I could have received more feedback by uploading the title sequence to other networking sites, such as Facebook or Twitter. However, we decided not to, as we felt we wouldn't be able to reach our target audience as they're too young to use online sites.